Oh, sorry, everybody. I was miles away there. I was listening to the music, I was boogieing.
That's
It's
a
a bit
nice
of
bit of music, isn't it? It's nice and poppy.
okay, Liz. Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. Hello, welcome everybody. Don't forget,
Hello.
leave your comments in your right hand side. Don't worry about Liz. She's just kind of like part of the furniture now. She's been here too long. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I got a nice topic today, and every time I kind of Liz doesn't know. She can tell you she doesn't know the topic, do you?
No, I don't like to know until
No,
you
no.
spring it upon me.
I want to talk about protein.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So now people are saying I've read some stories today and this week about protein and what protein do we need to have for to be fit and healthy and everything. And there's a lot of kind of like people out there saying you got to do this and you got to do that. What do you say about it?
Well, for starters, the adequate protein for one person can be completely different to someone else. It really can, because it depends on activity levels, muscle mass, uh, age. Because older people need much more protein. It just it's so different. But ideally, everybody should have a good portion of protein with every meal.
Right. Okay.
Number one, because they are the building blocks, it's essential nutrient. But number two, it keeps you fuller for longer,
Right.
minimising the chance of you snacking or getting a bit peckish and snacking on crap later. So protein, yeah, definitely the first thing. But the amount, it really does differ.
Right. How about I protein foods then?
Well, they are going to be your meat and fish, seafood. It is going to be those kind of the meat sources. I mean, obviously there are some plant-based proteins, but you need to eat a lot of them. You really do. And the problem with like legumes have got protein, but to get that quantity of protein you need by beans and legumes alone, you can end up with digestive distress because of the toxins and lectins in the beans and legumes. So it's a real tricky one. Ideally, vegetarians that can or choose to, because some choose to eat, even though they class themselves as vegetarians, white meat such as chicken, white fish, or even eggs, and some dairy. Some vegetarians eat certain things like that, which is fab, because then they're getting a good dose of protein in there. But a vegan will really struggle to get good quality protein in there that doesn't cause them digestive stress. But anyone on a normal, I am going to use that word normal is the majority. So anyone on a normal diet eating what we should be eating, then any of the eggs, cheeses, dairy have protein if they can tolerate that. Fish, fab, fowl, organ meat, which is a desired taste. No, not desired, acquired taste. Fish, fowl, meat, those meat animal products are going to give the best protein, but quality is quite important here. It is quite important, because if you're going to be using like tinned ham and that kind of thing, you need to watch what else is in there. Tinned
Yeah.
watch. You need to watch the carrier. Like we've mentioned about poor quality oils before. A lot of the fish comes in sunflower oil. Well, ideally, if you're going to be buying fish in a can, check it's either in spring water or brine.
How about in jars then, Liz?
Jars, again, fish sauces are okay if it's not highly processed. But again, watch what it's sitting in. Watch the carrier oil or the fluid that it's in.
Yeah, I buy the mussels and the cockles in the jars.
Yeah, fab. Always
Yeah.
turn it round, check there's no added crap, because these companies will put sugar in there. You need to watch out for that. But yeah, if it's in brine or spring water, then yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. I just want to show this video to everybody, if you don't mind. And that it's coming on now. When it decides to come on.
Yeah, any minute now.
Yeah, yeah. Trouble is with my computer, it's so slow today.
Any minute.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say about the proteins then, you know, if a protein is like I eat a lot of fish, right? Liz?
Yeah, I'm nodding, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I eat a lot of fish. So they say fish is high protein, don't they?
Yeah.
Right? So if I kind of like turned around and done like, food that is low protein, would that be a problem or no?
Well, yes, because you need enough protein. You need a portion of protein with every meal, ideally.
Right?
So
Okay.
if you're consuming low protein foods, then you're not going to get adequate protein, because they're your building blocks. Your amino acids are so important to get in.
Right, okay.
And it doesn't need to be daily, but over a course of 5-7 days, at the end of that 5-7 day period, you need to have the right amount. You can go short one day and then a little bit extra the next.
Right.
But it is a very important nutrient, and people underestimate the importance of it.
Right. So if I kind of like went into like, how about protein in milk?
Well, that's okay as long as people can tolerate it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that can be added to your, your not, I don't want to say allowance, but your intake. If you can tolerate milk, a lot of people can't.
Right. So, say if somebody was like kind of like, you got all these builders, didn't you? You've got these bodybuilders, and they take all this powder stuff and
Yeah.
and drugs and everything and high protein foods and stuff like that. Um, you know, is that got to be the same as us? What the bodybuilders kind of like eat, or are we? Is it
No.
Is it no? No.
No, we can do it just by animal sources alone, unless you're vegan, vegetarian. But the bodybuilders, they need so much more protein than we do if we're not working out in that manner. So the protein powders that they take, as long as they're clean protein powders, not loaded with crap, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I always keep an eye on that with the guys that I work with. And if they're not really big into meat, because it's not that some people are vegan or vegetarian, some people really don't like the texture of meat. So I keep an eye on that. And if needs be, I would recommend, maybe a protein powder or something like that, just to get the protein up, because that's how important it is.
So are you saying that protein powder then is good for us?
It can be, as long as there's no other crap in it. It needs to be a good quality protein powder. I can't remember the protein powder that I usually recommend. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But yeah, it can be if it's from a good source. And you get different protein powders. It can be whey, but you know, people that are intolerant to that need to be careful. You can get pea protein, rice protein.
Gosh,
Yeah, so
I didn't
protein
even know.
powders can be useful.
I didn't even know that. So
Yeah,
if so, see, because I've been to the gym before, right? I've been to the gym, and let's get back to these bodybuilders. When
yeah,
they kind of like, because they're all muscular and everything, wouldn't you like a muscular person in your life, Liz?
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Um, no, but but what I'm trying to say is like they kind of like. Do you think it's stronger when you kind of like building your muscles up on all this protein powder and medication and stuff? Do you believe? What do you think about that?
I don't mind if people are using the protein powders if they're clean. I'm not into the you know, the anabolic steroids and all that. I don't think that's right. And it doesn't look very nice either. I think if somebody is working out really well with quality exercise and good quality protein powders, because if you don't have the protein powder, it's an awful lot of meat to consume, which is fine, but there's only so much room you've got in your belly, you know, to
Yeah,
take on more and more protein. So the protein powders, I think, are absolutely fine.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, as long as they're good quality ones. I mean, don't buy ones from Poundo or something like that. Make sure you get good quality. But again, you still have to turn that label around and make sure there's no other crap like, you know, loaded with artificial sugars and other stuff. It will come down to quality, and but you will pay for that.
yeah, definitely. So what you're trying to say to us then is like when we go to the supermarket next, wherever we go to do our shopping, we need to read the labels and look at all the labels. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suggest people start looking at the labels regardless. Start looking at what is in the food that you're eating. Definitely
Right.
start recognizing where the sugars are showing up, where the poor quality oils are showing up. I mean,
Right.
some foods have ingredients that you can't even pronounce. You don't even know what they are. And if
Yeah.
it's longer than a couple of 4 or 5 words, then it's becoming more processed.
Okay. So if someone's watching this right now and they're saying, right, I need to lose weight, but I'm worried about my protein, I'm worried about kind of like my intake of food, say, what would you advise them to do?
Uh, Firstly, find a protein that you like and base your meal around that protein source. So if it's chicken, I mean, chicken is versatile. You can do all sorts with that. You can cook it as it is. You can grill it, fry it, bake it. You can have salad, veggies. You can chop it up and put it in a sauce, curries. You know, and if you're making them from scratch, that's good. But find protein that you like, and I would suggest 2 or 3 portions of oily fish each week as well to get the right omegas and the other DHA and EPA fatty acids in. But otherwise, find a protein you like and just find different ways to bulk that meal out with lots of lovely veggies and a portion of healthy fats.
Right.
You can
Okay.
bung it all in one pot and walk away, and you've got some kind of stew thing.
Yeah. Yeah. See, because what's happened is with us here, in our place now, we've actually kind of like bought some gizmos. We haven't bought gizmos. Don't worry.
What's
We've
the
bought
kiss?
some gizmos. You know what gizmos?
No.
Gimmicks like gadgets, say, right?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know. Like,
I know what gadgets are.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Right. So we bought some gadgets where, like, we took them away the frying pan and all that lot out, and we put in some stuff that is more healthier, and this is it. So, but I always, when I look at all the protein stuff in my foods and everything, I tend to kind of, what can I say? I tend to go over the top. So, how much protein does one person have to have every day?
Well, it can depend, but for me, I'm 50 something, 5'6", female. I think my protein ratio is about 90 grams. So
Ah,
that's,
hang on for a sec. So you do it on your so you do it on your heights, do you?
yeah, yeah, height, age, and sex as well, and but activity level is included in that as well.
So age, sex, and how about the
Activity
body
level.
activity level, and how about your body index or whatever? It's
No, not really. Weight. It will go on your weight.
right. Okay, and the
Or
end.
what your lean body mass should be for your age, your height, your sex.
That's it. Yeah. So, but the BMI, BMI really, it doesn't that doesn't come into it with the protein then.
I've never used it to calculate protein. No.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been on measurements, age, and sex. Yeah. So, for
Right.
example, I'm about 90. So that is,
Are you? What? You're not 90 years old?
yeah. So that's 3 good sized portions of protein at every meal that I should have, and plus bits and bobs during the day, like maybe some cheese and eggs and stuff like that.
Right. So if somebody is bigger than in body, in body index, say, do they have to have more protein?
Ideally, yes.
Right. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. We're
Yeah,
getting there. Okay.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Men will generally be higher with protein. They've got a different build. They build more muscle naturally. And much older people, what are we talking about? Protein should rise as they get older as well.
Brilliant.
Activity level is a big one because
Right.
there's no point in taking in loads of protein if nothing's happening to it. So the protein
No.
goes
No.
toward building your muscle mass.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need to be working, you need to be moving to be maintaining or building muscle mass. Otherwise, it's just protein waste.
Yeah. I can
But
understand that.
as well, at the same time, there's no point in having too much protein in one go either. I mean, if you think, oh, I haven't got my protein in, I'm going to have 2 chicken breasts tonight. Your body can only metabolize a certain amount of protein during amount of time.
Yeah.
And that's about 30 grams, which is that's a large chicken breast or a large salmon fillet. There's no point in loading up because it won't get used as effectively and efficiently as it should.
You certainly know your stuff. You certainly know your stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's can I apologise tonight? Sorry. In the meantime, we are having difficulties at my end with putting the video up. I'll probably show that next week. Also, at this moment in time, we are having a bit of difficulties here with trying to get my computer sorted out. It's got non-responding at the moment. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's
so we could
so
be talking to ourselves then, Steve.
no, we are live actually. We're live.
Can anyone hear us?
Yes, they can. They can. They can hear us, but
Good.
I can't see you.
Can't
All I
you?
can, no, all I can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah, okay. Michelle is showing me now on her iPad. So yeah, okay. Anyway, guys, so got any questions and everything? Please kind of like come over to on the right hand side. Leave me your questions and stuff, and I will pass them on to Liz. Liz, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to let you
Yeah.
go. And right, okay. So what was the question?
What is the best food to reduce cholesterol?
Did you hear what Michelle said?
The best food to reduce cholesterol.
Yeah, we got somebody who's asking that question. And who's saying that question? David Black is answering that question.
Yeah, David, believe it or not, saturated fat raises your HDL, your good cholesterol, and omega-3s, bad quality oils, and processed carbohydrates raise your LDL, your so-called bad cholesterol. So you need to start bringing down those processed food, those processed carbs. You need to bring them down because they raise your bad cholesterol. So you need to bring down your carbohydrate-rich food, your processed food, bring them down. And you need to raise your saturated fat to raise your good cholesterol. And it goes against everything we've ever been told. Saturated fat and cholesterol, you know, bad news, bad news. It's not. Inflammation along with cholesterol is bad news. You need to bring down the foods that raise your inflammation, and that's sugars and processed foods and grains as well. So David, so if you can lower your crappy food basically and raise your saturated fat sensibly, maybe in line with your doctor's recommendations, then that will, believe it or not, that will help lower cholesterol levels. And it sounds bonkers, and people scratch their heads and look at me blankly as if I'm mad. But yeah, clean up the diet, raise your cholesterol, raise your saturated fat intake, because that will lower LDL. It will raise HDL, and you need to lower all the other stuff to bring the LDL down.
Yeah.
But if you're concerned about that, then speak to your doctor.
Yeah. And if you need any weight loss information, Liz is the lady to see. And,
they know where to find me.
Yeah, you should know it by now. Liz has been with me too long.
Nearly a year, Steve.
Is it?
Yeah. When did we start jabbering away? Summer last year, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he's saying thank you very much. He appreciates the advice.
You're welcome. Yeah, look into that, David. Yeah.
Gosh, a year already, is it?
Almost. It will be. Yeah, it's probably about 9 months just now, isn't it?
Gosh.
I know.
I hope you're still going to continue.
Yeah, I love this.
Good. Okay, guys.
Alright.
There you go. See, she's lovely. She is. So please contact Liz, and because she's a lovely lady, lovely. I'm only creeping. I can't see anybody. My computer is compact.
Oh, right? Good.
Michelle's got it on the iPad just in case any questions came in. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna go now because I've got to get back on around about. I think it's around about 8:30. For my next one. But until then, see you later. Thank you, Liz.
Bye, Steve. Bye, guys. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye. Bye.